Actually, this evening I want to talk only to those people who have needs. Most everyone here has several important needs. I would go a step further and say that there are some people in this room that have more than one major need in their lives.
Yes.
And you may not know how it's going to be met. Some people are looking at devastating family problems.
Yes.
Perhaps those of you who are watching by way of video are looking at financial difficulties. There are some who are dealing with problems with their children or their grandchildren, or in the case here, with their great-grandchildren. Some see their own needs and realize that they are having a spiritual crisis. And some are looking at illness and disease that lies ahead. Now, I could stand here all night and not exhaust the list of problems that many of you are facing today. In the midst of your problems, you need someone to help you.
Yes.
As this woman cried in verse 25, "Lord, help me." You need someone that you can turn to. You need God to work on your behalf.
Yes. Yes.
You need
Lord.
Him not to lift every burden, but maybe just the heaviest one. You don't need Him to move every mountain, but just the highest one. You don't need God to give you the whole loaf, but maybe just a crumb.
All right, all right.
And that's the situation that we're looking at today. Jesus is approached by a mother who is in a desperate situation.
Yes.
She needs something in her life. She comes to the Lord, and as she does, she is not asking to sit at the table. She is not asking for a whole meal. She is just asking for the crumbs. She is just asking Jesus to move in her situation. Now, in the context, Jesus has just told the Pharisees, the scribes, and his disciples, and the multitudes that nothing in and of itself is unclean. You see that there in verse 10. He said, "Hear and understand that not that which goeth into the mouth defileth the man, but that which cometh out of the mouth. This defileth the man." He told them that the defilement is from within. So his message was quite simple. What a man is in his heart is what he truly is.
Yes.
That's right.
And as soon as that encounter is over, Jesus and his men go to Tyre and Sidon. You see that there in verse 21? And this is in the heart of Gentile territory. So once again, they try to get some rest from the pressures of the ministry. But we're told in Mark's account of this event that he could not be hid. He was, that certainly is the case right here. You remember that what happened earlier in Jesus' ministry, for example, in Mark chapter 2, he entered into Capernaum after some days and was noised that he was in the house.
Amen.
So when Jesus was in that place,
Yes.
certainly there was always going to be a crowd.
Amen.
He simply could not be hidden,
Couldn't be here.
whether it's in a house or in a family, among a community, or wherever. The word is going to get out that Jesus is in the house.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
In this text, a burdened mother locates Jesus, and she begins to petition him for the help that she needs. She faces several challenges, but she persists, and she gets what she came for. As I preach this text, I want you to notice and to understand that there is hope for you.
Thank you.
God has the solution to your problem.
Yes. Yes.
I want to share a few thoughts from this passage that may help us to find what we need for our own lives today.
All right.
This nameless woman came to Jesus looking for deliverance for her daughter. Jesus initially says no, and he calls her a dog. But she responds in verse 27, take a look there, "Truth, Lord." Yet the dogs, what do they do? The dogs
Eat the crumbs.
eat the crumbs. "Truth, Lord." Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. And like this woman, I'm acknowledging that I don't deserve the right to ask Jesus for anything.
Come on.
I am a dog. But I still have a need. I don't need to sit at the table. I don't need to eat the whole meal.
Come on.
I just need crumbs. Crumbs will suffice.
Yes.
So I want to preach this evening, keeping in mind our theme for the year, looking unto Jesus for crumbs. Would you just repeat that after me? Looking unto Jesus.
Looking unto Jesus
For crumbs.
for crumbs.
Mimi, as we walk through this text, I want you to notice 3 key words. Petition, persistence, and prize. Petition, persistence, and prize. Now, first we want to take a look at this petition that she makes. Why did she come? Well, this woman came to Jesus because she was concerned about her daughter. The child was demon-possessed and was probably acting out in violence and anger. She needed help in a desperate way.
Yes.
It may be that the demon was causing bodily harm to the child. This was certainly the case of another demon-possessed child that's recorded in Mark chapter 9.
Yes.
Demon possession is real.
Yes, it is.
And this woman was desperate to get help for her child. So she came to Jesus.
Yes.
And she cried unto him.
Yes.
You see that word there? It means to shout after another. It has the idea of loud, persistent shrieking. This woman was shouting to Jesus for the help that she needed. Well, why was she so frantic? Well, it's because she was heartbroken over the condition of her child.
Yes, yes.
And she was determined to get her child the help that she needed.
Yes.
She came to Jesus.
Yes.
And she cried unto Jesus.
Yes.
And she called unto Jesus.
Yes.
Again, Mark's version tells us that this woman had heard of him.
Yes.
Perhaps she had heard about how Jesus had healed all manner of diseases. About how he had opened blinded eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
Perhaps she had heard that he had healed the sick and raised the dead.
Yes.
How he had driven demons out of other people.
Yes.
She may have heard about how Jesus had gone over into the country of the Gerasenes and had delivered a man that was possessed by a legion of demons.
Yeah.
I can imagine her saying that if he can deliver a man from a legion of demons,
Yes.
then certainly he can heal my daughter
Yes.
from one devil.
Yes.
This woman came to Jesus because faith and hope had been aroused in her. She needed something that society could not provide. She needed something that the psychologists and psychiatrists
That's right.
could not deliver. She was looking for her child
Yeah.
to be delivered. Something her dead religion was not able to offer to her. She needed a solution that only Jesus could provide.
Yes.
She was desperate, and she saw that Jesus was the only means of hope.
Yes.
I want you to know that many of you perhaps can identify with this poor, anxious mother. Perhaps you are dealing with a child that's out of control. Perhaps you are at your wit's end at some situation that you're facing in life today. Perhaps you've exhausted every means at your disposal and do not know where to turn for help. Maybe you need salvation, or maybe you need restoration in your spirit. Whatever the need is in your life today, take a lesson from this woman and get your need to Jesus.
Amen.
Regardless of what you face in life today, the answer will be found in him. He can move your mountain. He can meet your need. He can save your soul. He can revive your spirit. He can forgive your sins. He can touch your loved ones. You name it, Jesus can do it. But you've got to get it to him. Don't be afraid to call upon him. He invites you to come to him. Jesus said, "Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Do not bear the burden for yourself. Cast your burdens upon him because he cares for you. Hallelujah. This woman's petition. And we also see her persistence. This woman comes to Jesus for help. And when she doesn't get the response that she imagines, she stays after Jesus until she gets what she wants. But she had to overcome many obstacles in order to secure her daughter's healing. It seemed that she was met with resistance to requests at every turn. yet she persisted until she achieved her goal. So this woman had 2 strikes against her from the very start.
Yes.
Her race was an obstacle, and her religion was an obstacle. She came to Jesus and called out to him and said, "Have mercy upon me,
Yes.
O Lord,
Lord.
thou son of David."
Uh-huh.
Imagine that. Here she is, a Gentile mother,
Well,
crying out to a Jewish Messiah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
She had no right to come to Jesus
Come on.
through the door of Judaism.
Uh-huh.
She was a Gentile. And according to verse 23, Jesus gave her the response that she deserved.
Yes.
He answered her not a word.
Not a word.
Not a word.
Now, when the disciples
Yeah.
see and hear the Gentile calling out to their Messiah,
Their Messiah.
they react by telling Jesus to send her away.
Send her away.
They wanted nothing to do with her.
Yes.
She was only not one of their people.
Yeah.
Come on,
In their eyes, she was different.
Yes.
And that was enough to justify them not caring about her at all. Now, to be honest, as Jesus speaks to this woman, his words appear rather harsh to our ears.
Yeah.
Jackie, I see you nodding your head. His words must have shaken her to her very core. His words probably broke her heart. Verses 23 through 26 provide some additional detail concerning their conversation. First, Jesus simply ignores her.
Yes, he
It's
does.
as if he turns an indifferent ear to her cries. Then he tells her that his whole purpose in coming is to the world, is to reach out to a specific group of people, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But when she persists, Jesus tells her that she is a dog and does not deserve the children's bread.
Oh my God.
The disciples rejected her, and now it appears that Jesus is rejecting her too.
Jesus.
The realities of this situation are harsh.
Well.
Her daughter was possessed by a devil.
Well.
She was a member of a doomed race.
Well.
These religious men did not seem to care about her or her situation at all.
Yes.
It must have appeared to her that her situation was hopeless.
Yes.
And some of you are looking at some barriers today. You may have been praying and seeking God about matters that trouble your heart. You may have cried out to him and he has not answered you yet. You feel like giving up.
Yes.
Well, let me encourage you today. God's silence is not an indication of his unwillingness to meet your need. God's silence serves to temper our faith and to remind us that he operates on a different time schedule than we do. And I don't care what obstacles that you are facing today. Keep on seeking the Lord. And in his own timing, he's going to answer your prayer.
Yes, he will.
Your faith is not defined by what you receive from God, but by what it takes to stop you from getting what you need from God. So I'm asking you tonight, what's stopping you? Yes, there are obstacles, but certainly there were opportunities. As Jesus speaks with this woman, he never slams the door of hope in her face.
That's right.
Tyler, Jesus says to her, let the children first be filled. That word first was exactly what this brokenhearted mother needed to hear. Jesus didn't say, well, you cannot have what you're looking for. He said, I have come to the children of Israel, and they must be filled first. She looks to that and says, well, that must mean that seconds are available. So you see, these obstacles were thrown up by the Lord Jesus, were not placed there to discourage and to defeat this lady. The obstacles were placed there to mature her faith. So watch the progression. In verse 22, she calls on Jesus based on his role as the Jewish Messiah. She receives no help there. She has no right to approach him on that ground. Then in verses 24 to 25, she hears Jesus telling her that his mission here on earth is to the nation of Israel. And when she hears this, she moves beyond seeing him as a Jewish Messiah. She now sees him as her only hope. She sees him as being worthy of worship. So in Matthew chapter 15, verse 25, she bows down to him. She humbles herself at his feet, gives him the worship that he deserves, and appeals to him for the help that she needs. And then in verses 26 through 27,
Yeah.
she hears Jesus compare her to a dog. Now the Jews looked at all non-Jewish people as dogs.
That's right.
The word they used to refer to was a mangy dog, a cur. It's used as a metaphor of people who are unclean or filthy
Yes.
or dirty.
Yes.
In fact, the Jews used this word to refer to sodomites and homosexuals. Jesus used the word in Matthew chapter 7 verse 6. But the word that's used here is a different word.
Yeah.
The word here means little puppies. It refers not to mangy or dirty dogs, but to household pets. Puppies that are loved by the household. It refers to an animal that is looked on as a part of the family. So the image here is of a beloved puppy sitting under the table while the family eats its meal.
Yes.
It sits there hoping and expecting that someone will slip it a morsel of food. The puppy can see the food.
Yeah.
The puppy can smell the food.
Interesting.
It knows what it wants is within easy reach.
Yeah.
Well,
It just needs someone to acknowledge it and to give it a bite.
yeah.
So this woman says,
Uh-huh.
I know that it isn't right to take food from the children's table
Yes.
and to give it to dogs.
Well,
But even the dogs are sometimes treated to a morsel from the table.
Yeah.
And all I'm asking for is the crumbs.
Yeah.
She wasn't asking for the entire meal.
That's right.
She wasn't asking for everything.
That's right.
She's just asking for a puppy's portion.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Can you see how this woman
Yeah.
is looking up to Jesus? Her small faith has led her to seek the help that she needs.
yes.
The obstacles of faith are almost always turned out to be opportunities in disguise.
Yeah.
And when we continue to seek the Lord in spite of every hindrance, we will see eventually Him doing what we need Him to be done.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people would have given up. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Jesus ignored her.
Yes.
The disciples played the race card.
Yeah.
Jesus even compared her to a dog.
Yeah.
Yet she persisted.
Yeah.
Most folk would have thrown in the towel.
That's right.
They would have thrown up their hands in frustration
That's right.
and stormed out of the room and saying, I don't need this.
Yes.
So much for your God,
Yes.
for your message of compassion
Yes.
and your narrow, bigoted views.
Yes.
I don't want anything to do with God
Come on.
Yes.
or religion like that.
That's right.
She persisted
Yes.
in spite of everything that was thrown into her pathway.
Yes.
Well, why did she keep asking? Why did she persist? Why did she keep on pressing?
Yeah.
She persisted because too much was at stake. Her little daughter needed to be delivered from her bondage. Her family needed to be saved. She needed help. And she was determined to get what she needed. A crumb might have been all that she could get.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
But
take it.
she knew that's what all that she needed.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
She knew that a crumb from Jesus' hand
Yes.
was more than enough.
Yes.
She would not give up
Yes.
until she got what she needed.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
That's good, Doc.
How much does it take
That's real good,
for you to
Doc.
get what you need?
Yeah.
Have you encountered some obstacle? Perhaps it's time. Perhaps it's family. Perhaps it's money or a job or church or people or life.
Mama.
These things, these obstacles along the way that perhaps made you decide to throw up your hands and quit seeking God about the answer that you need. Have you looked at the hypocrisy and the apathy of the church and concluded that God's people don't care
Come on.
and therefore that God Himself doesn't care?
Well.
Have you decided that God is not going to help you,
Yes.
that He can't deliver you,
Yes.
that He can't save your soul?
Yes.
Well, listen to me tonight. Too much is at stake.
Yes.
Be like this poor mother.
Uh-huh.
Keep on bringing that need to Jesus
Yeah.
until He answers it. Keep on seeking His face. Hallelujah.
Glory.
Keep on asking.
Come on.
Keep on seeking.
Yeah.
Keep on knocking.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, Jesus is going to answer
Yeah.
your prayer.
Yes.
Oh, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord.
Oh, glory to God.
Yes.
I'm going to my seat as I talk about the prize.
Well.
Because you see here in verse 28 how Jesus responded to her faith.
Yeah.
When Jesus saw her, He responded to her faith.
Uh-huh.
He was amazed by the depth of her faith.
Mama.
In fact, this woman was not the only was one of only two people that Jesus referred to as having great faith. The other person was a Roman centurion who came to Jesus to have his sick servant healed. Amazingly, both of these people were Gentiles. Jesus had tested her faith with hard words. And her faith had risen to the challenge. Her faith exceeded that of people who had come to her and that had come to Jesus. Here was a Gentile dog that had more faith than the Jewish scribes, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the priests. That kind of faith excites Jesus. And Jesus rewarded her faith.
Yes, he did.
He rewarded her faith by giving her exactly what she asked for. He healed her daughter. Her faith was strong, so that she didn't give up, and she got what she needed. Take hope today.
Come on.
There is hope. I hear Jesus speaking into your situation and saying, I have heard your cry. I know where you are. Everything is going to be all right. I can solve any problem. I can calm any storm. I can replace peace with any situation. Bring that need to him. Bring it to him. Say, well, preacher, you don't understand how big my problem is. And perhaps I don't. But I do know how big my God is. And we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses who can testify to the all-sufficient power of our God. Look, there's Jairus. He placed his daughter in the hands of Jesus. And he raised her from the dead. Look at Lazarus. He was dead in the grave for 4 days. Mary and Martha placed him in the hands of Jesus. And Jesus raised him from the dead. Look, there's a multitude that's in need of food. And Jesus provided for all 20,000 of them. Look, there are the disciples in a boat, in the sea, in the midst of a storm. And here comes Jesus, calming the storm, speaking peace to that troubled water. There's a leper, and he's healed. His body is smooth as a baby's bottom. Look, there's a deaf man who can hear a whisper. Look, there's a blind man who can see at a distance. Jesus can solve any problem. Hallelujah. Just keep looking to him. Look to him. Look to him for the crumbs. And Jesus will solve every problem. Oh, hallelujah. 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 Glory to God. I don't know how this woman reacted. The question, because it doesn't give us the story about how it ended. It just tells us that the daughter was made whole from that very hour. It makes you wonder, well, when that mother got back home, what did she see?
Come on.
Lord, she said, my daughter's sitting, clothed, and in her right mind. My daughter isn't cutting herself. Hallelujah. My daughter is acting normal. My daughter is speaking normally. Hallelujah. How must she have reacted? How must that mother have reacted? Hallelujah. Oh, glory to God. Thank God for the crumbs. Those of you who are joining us by way of video, come on, lift up your hands wherever you are and praise God for the crumbs.